Hello, my name is Captain Cobbs with Pensacola Fire Department. A typical day for me consists of making sure that all the equipment on my truck and my crew are ready to go at all emergencies that might occur in the Pensacola Fire Department. That will consist of making sure all the tools in our truck and everything is in operational condition, because we never know what kind of call we might go on, from a medical call to a motor vehicle accident to a fire. So we always want to be prepared. When we roll up to a house that is burning, a lot of times the first due truck, which the captain is responsible for the whole scene, he will take command and assign duties to the other trucks as they pull in. Medical calls are basically the same thing. The first truck that pulls in, the captain is on scene. He'll take over and make sure that his crew, his crew and the ambulance crew are safe at all times. A lot of times you'll see the captain standing back, but he's observing the whole situation to make sure that everyone's safe at all times. A lot of calls we go on don't seem that important, from picking mom or pops off the floor, but we do that, and that's part of our job. Some of the situations we get into will be like confined space, which is basically putting on your breathing apparatus and going in tight spaces where the air oxygen level is not sustainable for life. A lot of times we'll go in high angle, where we'll come from high angles from high up above, and sometimes we'll even do boat rescue. There's a whole gamut of rescues and type of stuff that we can do. A lot of times when we go to a car accident and we pull up on scene, a lot of people are surprised to see us. It's because we're there before the ambulance. A lot of times because we're within 3 minutes of any response time coming from anywhere in the city or the county. Firemen go on calls all the time when we get the response, "What are you doing here?" Well, we do medical, we do fire, we do car accidents. We do a little bit of everything. A lot of our duties consist of training. We have a lot of training. We train all the time, 24 hours a day. Even when we're just sitting around the station, there's training going on, because there's always talk about what happened at the last call, what happened a month ago. A lot of times we just talk about training, if not physically do the training. To become a captain, there's a lot of requirements. First, you must be a fireman. Second, you must be a lieutenant or engineer in some departments. Then a captain. It takes education. Education will always benefit you in a fire department, from a master's degree all the way down to an AA degree to a high school degree. But you do need to have education. Each state, their jurisdiction, the qualifications are different. So you need to check with your local jurisdiction. A lot of departments require that you have your EMT or paramedic before applying for the position of a firefighter. But as you move up the chain or strive to move up the chain, you will need a master's degree, bachelor's degree, pump operator certifications. There's all kinds of certifications you must have in order to move up the chain. The more you have, the better off you are. Education is the way to go. For you who are out there aspiring to be a firefighter, remember that education is a key role, and what you do prior to applying for the fire department is going to be key. They do not take felonies. They do not take if you have DUIs, or will take a special waiver for you to come in. So think before you apply. The best part about my job is, I believe, is we're family. It's like a family away from a family. And I love coming in to do my job. And what's great is when we go out into the community and we help the public, from the smallest things to the largest things. If you love helping people or being there in times of emergencies, being a fireman is what you want to do. And some of the bad calls that we go on are the worst part of the job. From a bad car accident to a cardiac arrest to people being trapped inside of a burning building. And the bad part about our job is when that tone goes off, somebody's having an emergency. My final advice is to you, keep your grades up. Stay in school, get your high school diploma, and check with your local fire department to see what their qualifications are, and stay physically as well as mentally fit.